They've been the power brokers. They were the Silk Road. The Silk Road. They were the ones, the merchants, the Venice and goddamn what's the other one? Medici. All that stuff was the Jews. All the bankers, the old bankers.
The trading companies, East India Company, all that.
Yeah, they're good at that. Like they do the yeah. It's not like something that in China the Opium Wars. They the one they were behind all that. They this is nothing new what they're doing. This is almost like that's their lot in life. Well, that's their station. Well, that's their role.
They love starting wars.
They're parasites, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But I got a question for you. I think the European gliders are also waking up too. I mean, like, you see the Swedish government, they started cutting the benefits for the migrants and all that. And like, Germany, the AFD one, you see that Prime Minister of Italy, Giorgia Meloni,
You
she
sure
banned all.
Germany? You sure Germany? Because they've been fucked first, Britain.
Not real, but they're waking up though. Like the AFD is like the second highest party that won the election, if not the highest. I think. Like their far right party actually went up a lot. Like they got 20% in the last election. Like I'm saying like gliders are waking up all over the world. But now whether they have the gumption to actually take action, it's like one thing to be aware, but it's another thing to take action. What do you think?
I think your women are always gonna like side with the liberal side. So the women are always gonna side with like white women are siding with Islam right now. I mean, like,
Yep.
so it's like you're fractured. You got liberals, whites. You could never be a monolith because your women are not under your women are majority liberal.
They're off the reservation.
Yeah, you got some conservative white women in certain countries and shit, like even in America. But the liberal, most of your women are liberal. Most of your women are extremely liberal, and it's gonna be very hard, man. Very hard to for gliders to wake up and stay woke.
If there ever is like a revolution or something like that, the first order of business preventing women from voting, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, and not for any other, not for oppression, but just to get things, in order, just to,
Keep a society as it is, you know what I mean? Like to maintain society because women don't have that instinct.
wow, yeah, yeah, you just gotta, yeah, women are very shrewd. They're made for reproduction. You know what I mean? They're made for loving a man and chasing a man and wanting the attention of a man and raising children and things like that. And they have the capacity to do other things too. They do have the capacity to do other things, but they just, once they start doing them, it becomes it always goes left. It always leads to ruin. And that's something that's in every teaching, like every book teaching, every religious book, they always talk about that. So it's old science. It's something that's time tested and true that women are gonna bring ruin just by their nature, because when they're out of their nature is for a man to be leading. And when I say for a man to be leading, I'm not talking about necessarily abusing them either, you know what I mean, or treating them bad. I'm just talking about their nature is for a man to
provide direction.
Yeah, provide direction and take direction and take the wheel and do. Like if even when you look in Africa, like when those people were on those dirt roads and shit in India, when people are cleaning those rivers and jumping in those sewers, those are men doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Women don't want to do that shit. If you were like, woman, you can be totally free, totally equal. They like, yeah, let's be equal. Then now you're not dumping that sewer and unclog that shit with your hands. They go, well, I don't want to be that equal. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be that equal. Take this machine gun and run into those other guys that are shooting machine guns at you. Run straight towards them.
They're really good at being delusional, though.
I mean, women shouldn't do those kinds of jobs because they need to be protected, because they need to make children. So women should be kept safe. But that's what I'm saying. Like they don't. So that being said, like they don't understand what men have to go through because they're wired differently. They're hormonally differently. They're anatomically different. They're neurologically different. So it's like you can't have perfect equality, just like you can't have perfect equality between the Suns and the Gliders. same thing.
And you can't. Women, they're not only there to make children, but to rear the children. You know what I mean? Like formula, a lot of stuff that was invented in America has completely like swayed our view of how the world is, because like formula has made you think that the baby can eat without the woman around. But up until like the fifth the up until like 100 years ago, the baby couldn't eat if the woman wasn't there because they had to breastfeed. So that was one thing that baby formula is one thing. Diapers, because the baby up until 100 years ago, babies just shit, and the woman had to clean it up as the baby shit or the baby pee. They had to constantly be around the baby to clean up their waste, and you know what I'm saying, to keep them clean. But diapers changed that. Disposable diapers, I mean, not diapers, but disposable diapers. And then you also have tampons, because women before 100 years ago bleed down their leg. You know what I mean? And it just, the tampon made it to where now she's just not bleeding down her leg and seen as disgusting or seen as like something wrong with her. It's all contained, and it's giving the illusion that she's not even bleeding. And then the bra, because it makes the breast stay in place, and the woman can have more mobility, because you know what I'm saying, her breasts are not hanging all over the place. So all those things made it so that the woman could leave the home, and once she left the home, she's out in the world. And also childcare too, daycare. There's no such thing as daycare. You know what I'm saying? Like daycare centers and stuff like that. All these things are new inventions that make you think that, oh, a woman can have a baby, go back on her cycle, feed the baby without feeding him from the breast, and just move around the world like a man. But all those things are relatively new. Those things weren't around 100 years ago. Tampons, formula, child care, shit like that, diapers, disposable diapers. All that had to be
Luxury
the woman.
items.
The woman had to be on call 100% of the time for the baby. She had to be, her and that baby were one. Now she can just throw the diaper on the baby, let the baby run around the house. The baby the shit's right there contained. All she gotta do is change the diaper, throw it away. She had to be on that baby. The baby had to be under her. She had to be with that baby 100% of the time. That baby hungry, she just hand him a bottle. You know what I'm saying? Leave a bottle there. Baby go grab the bottle, feed himself. All this shit is new to the world, relatively new. And women did. I will give women that. They took that shit and ran with it. They almost had the president of the United States. Shit, they took that shit and ran with it. You know what I mean? They took that shit and ran with it. Thank God. We dodged the bullet, man. This last election, man. Oh, they almost had the president of the United States.
And in 2016 too, they almost had that.
That would have been ruinous.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. Kamala didn't stand a chance.
That would have been ruinous, man. I'm talking about that would have ruined.
But not for nothing though, too. A lot of there are some conservative lighter women out there, like Marine Le Pen and Giorgia Meloni, I think, in Italy. Like
They're women. They're folding.
Yeah.
They're gonna fold. They're already folding. Like the one in Italy that was supposed to be so tough, she's already folded.
No, she's taking a hard line against migration.
Yeah, man, she's folded though. I've seen things where it's like
it's way too late for Europe. I mean, it's too late for us.
Exactly. Way too late. They you got no-go zones, you got Arabs. I mean, Jesus Christ, man. They're everywhere over there too. Like and they're doing what they do. They're complaining about being mistreated, and they're doing what, and the guys are feeling sorry, the guys are apologizing and giving them free stuff, and like, all right, well, is this good? Sorry, and cowering and cucking. They already got the gliders cucking over there. Once gliders start cucking, man, it's like almost like a chicken. You just can't stop it. And gliders over here don't really, it's really just one man. It's really just Trump and Elon. Like, it's not like a lot of glider men. Even the Republicans, a lot of Republicans aren't like in line. It's really just two men, Elon Musk and Donald Trump, that kind of like saved the West. Saved America. It's not like a lot of white men that did it. It's two. And if you think about Europe, they don't even have one. The whole continent, they're still electing women to lead their countries.
But I